This comes from a cop who gets stopped by a cop, and I like this.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Everything okay?
Yep. Can I get your name and badge number?
For what?
What?
For what? What do you need?
So I know who I'm making a complaint against.
For what?
For speeding.
Speeding?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have you recorded doing 80 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone.
Okay.
No headlights, no sirens, nonchalantly. Apparently you drive like that all the time. So I wanted to film hypocrisy at its finest.
Okay. License, registration, proof, insurance.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because now you're in.
No, I'm
Yes.
doing nothing. If you're going to start
You're
this
pulled
shit, if you're going to start this
License,
shit, you get your sergeant over here.
License,
Get
registration,
your sergeant over here.
license,
Get your sergeant over here.
license,
You ain't getting shit from me.
Then now you're obstructing. And
No, I'm not.
taking it
Obstruction is a physical.
No, it's not.
Look, dude, you better get your sergeant out here,
Now you're
okay?
verbally assaulting
Get your
me.
sergeant out here.
License, registration,
Hey,
proof,
I
insurance.
can do that. I can tell you to that's the First Amendment. If you got a problem, get your sergeant out here.
Yes, you can. You can't scream it loud. You can't fucking belt it because now you're just being loud and being reckless, and now they could charge you for that. But yeah, you could tell, you could tell the sergeant to fuck you. Now, is he gonna really act wonderfully after that? No. So it's to your own discretion. I wouldn't tell you to do that. But yeah, technically he's right, and he's also saying that and doing all those things because he knows what he got. He's got an ace.
So for everyone watching, this cop didn't pull this guy over. He was already pulled over on the side of the road, and the cop moved up to his car and now is asking for a license. And to my knowledge, unless they saw you committing a crime or you're involved in something or they suspect you of, they can't just pull up beside a parked car and ask for your license and registration.
It depends where you are, and it recently, like for example, the province of Quebec, we have this article called Article 636, which meant that they could pull you over for anything. And
yes,
now
and they can cavity search you.
I'm sorry? Huh? No, not cavity search you, but they anyways, yeah, the 636 is just they could pull you over for no reason.
I'm asking for your sergeant for the last time.
And I'm asking
Get
for
your sergeant out here. Well, you ain't getting my shit. You ain't getting my shit. You ain't getting nothing.
Okay, then I will arrest you for obstruction.
You do that, buddy, and I'll sue the out of Adams County.
Step out. Step out.
You better get I want a sergeant here.
Step out.
I want a sergeant
Step
here.
out, and you're gonna get tased.
Yeah, come and get tased. I have a weapon right there.
I can't wait for the big reveal.
You have a CCW? Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's a Denver cop, or he's a Denver cop.
And
Really?
I know my rights too, buddy.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Want to get me out of the road here so I don't get run over?
Thank you for being compliant. Really appreciate it. Let me just check it. He said I was doing 85 and a 65, and he's just recording hypocrisy at its best. So then I asked him for his license registration because he pulled up on my traffic stop. So I was dealing with him second, and he wouldn't give it to me because he's a Denver cop and he knows his law, his rights.
Is he retired?
I don't know. I didn't even see. I just saw he was a Denver cop.
Kind of far.
Denver Reserve. So how exactly did he obstruct? Well,
That's what we got to clarify.
well, I'm trying to get it. He came up here.
Have you ever dreamed that you have it started skate? It started skate. Have you ever seen Bambi when he was just born? The legs were shaky.
All right.
But I didn't. I waited for my traffic stop, so I contacted him. He's video for me. So I was asking for all this information. Looks like he's not doing it to me.
What?
He was just video recording?
And then when I was asking,
Did he walk up to your stop?
No. But then,
You don't have obstruction?
but when I was trying to get his information here,
Yeah. Right.
it's weak.
Yeah.
It's very weak, but and I can care less that I say it on the camera.
Did you hear what he said? He said, I understand it's weak, but it's something. Like, I don't even care if I say it on camera. I know it's weak. And this comes back to what I said before, or the last one, about the spirit of the law. Like, they know they don't have a real valid reason to do it. He's just wanting to do it, and so he's trying to stretch the law to its extremities.
Yes.
This person's not a criminal.
Yes.
None of that. It's just like, do I have a... Can
Yes.
I? And this is what
can.
this is what makes the people see a cop and then lose respect, right? Because we know that you're looking at this situation, forget the letter of the law, not even the spirit of the law or your job is something that you lose sight of when your ego is bothered. And you will use the letter of the law to the best of your abilities, not for the spirit of it, but for your ego. And that's why people lose respect.
And someone wrote that. So they wrote ego arrest. And that happens more than you think. And if you look at the beginning of the video, he said, you were driving like that. And the cop said, oh, then if you're going to do that, I'm going to arrest you because you're speeding.
Yes.
Ego.
Right.
Fucking ego. I can't trust you.
And him just being comfortable to even say that on camera speaks to the culture that they have. To say that in front of your boss.
'Cause it's backup.
I didn't really have a reason that's strong to harass the citizen. I just found a justification.
This video is sponsored by Surfshark.
What up, my people? Holidays are coming, and you're going to be able to spend some time with your family. That means that some of you are going to travel. A lot of you are going to travel. But if you're traveling, it's a known fact that if you want to save some money on your ticket, you use a VPN changer. And I got the one for you. Surfshark VPN changer. You could change your location and, profitate, if you will, benefit from a discount on your plane fare. And you can also use it wherever you are in the world. You're going to be able to watch your program, because sometimes if you're in a different country, it gives you that message. The episode that you're trying to watch from you can't watch it because you're not in the proper country. Well, it should not matter. That's what I believe. You should be able to watch whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want it, especially if you pay. Yeah, but with a VPN changer, you have access to that. It's going to change the location of your device. Yeah, just like with the plane tickets, but now it's to watch whatever you want. And on top of that, there is no limit of devices that you could use it. So you could put it on your phone, you could put it on your laptop, on your computer, on anything, on your tablet, no limit. One subscription and no limit. Yeah, and you're gonna be able to filter all your scam letters that you receive, because there's also that. If you go with the subscription Surfshark one, you're gonna be able to filter your scams in your mailbox of your email. So that prince from wherever is not gonna be able to tell you to give him all the money you got in your bank account. Anyways, all that to say that if you click on the link below, surfshark.com/AbbaandPreach, you're going to be able to enjoy 4 extra months. Yeah, 4 extra months on top of your subscription. You could use the promo code AbbaandPreach at checkout, and you're going to be able to have 4 months extra. Or you can click on the link below and profitate. Happy holidays. Hey, right now, if you want to be able to have 4 months extra, you can click on the link below. Surfshark.com/AbbaandPreach, or use promo code AbbaandPreach at checkout, and you're going to be able to have those 4 months extra on top of your subscription.
Yo, listen. And I'm going to get some flack for that, and probably Abba is not going to like it that I say that, but I'm going to say it. Cops, military, gang members have the same kind of mentality of brotherhood. The same where, oh, we got your back. If someone fuck up, I'm gonna have your back no matter what. There's some gangs and some cliques like that, and an archetype of people that go into these spheres that are like that.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think these systems operate the same way at all. And that's why you see a lot of military members who actually go on to be cops have such a drastically different mentality than the vast majority of cops. Because you're dealing with different kinds of stresses, different kinds of environments. And also, you have to remember, when military members go overseas, right, they still have some sense of patriotism in regards to their country and what they really actually believe that they're fighting for, whatever it is might be. When they're going overseas, it's a completely different thing than for people who spend time policing their own communities and how they integrate themselves. I would think that the idea of me against them or us versus them is just common in any kind of workplace where you guys spend lots of time together, and that you guys are like, how many times have I been in any workplace and people are covering for each other at the expense of the customer? It's just a normal thing, because these are going to be your coworkers. You're going to bend that. Now, it just so happens that these are a few people who take a public oath, and so they have that they should be abiding by. But like, it's a natural thing to form your tribe and to be protective of that. Cops in different areas and different parts of the world will operate drastically differently. Depending on what kind of leadership is involved and how they disseminate things. In my experience, any job where you face public scrutiny or you face an outside threat, you tend to coalesce with people who share that potential threat. Public sector workers are a great example. Some people who work in certain government offices, they have a very they don't, because they face a lot of that scrutiny from specific individuals.
I put people who work for the government in the same class of them.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. To me, gangs, their bandanas is really just ties.
Got you.
So I started to go to catch up to him because I wanted to pace him to see how fast he was going. He was going about 80 miles an hour. I recorded it.
Don't ever tell a cop that he's doing something wrong. Ooh! When they actually do something wrong, and you tell them, "No, buddy, that's wrong," they get vexed. You know how I know? I mean, because I do it all the time.
And he had somebody pulled over, and right at the same time my phone rang. So I noticed that it was the same guy. And I thought, boy, isn't that something if he's given whoever he pulled over a ticket for speeding? I said, yeah, you were doing 80 in a 65. No lights, no sirens, no nothing. And I could tell that you were just your casual driving. Give me your driver's license, insurance, and proof of insurance. I said, I'm not giving you my information. He said, give me your stuff or I'll get you for obstruction. I said, you didn't pull me over. I don't have to give you my driver's license. You didn't pull me over.
Right.
So I'd like these handcuffs off. I'd like to be going. I'd like that guy's
That's
information, and I'd like to go on my way here.
that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
I respect. I wish I could. I could never. I respect it.
You could never.
I could never imagine myself coming out of that scenario on the other side like he did. I just can't. To me, if I'm in the back seat of a cop car, like, it's already a wrap. You know what I mean? I'm just keep my mouth shut and just wait. But he advocated for himself. I don't know if him being a cop also played in his favor.
100%.
You know,
Not 100%.
You know what I mean?
The body cam played into the body cam. The fact that he's also a cop. So whenever you tell a cop, "Oh, I know my rights," they question that, and they should. There's a lot of Karens out there that say that they know their rights, and they're just going out there doing their thing. You know what I mean? But the fact that I do this for a living.
Yeah.
And I want an apology from that guy.
Some of these guys, they forget that it's not against the law for someone to videotape your traffic stop. It's not against the law for them to pull to the side of the road. It's not against the law to make a comment. I can't think of any way that would interfere with it.
And
But some people,
and I
forget
even
that.
said to him, at least if their body cams are on, at least 6 times. When he kept asking me for my stuff, telling me he was going to arrest me for obstruction, I said, I need a supervisor. Before you keep doing this shit, I'd like a supervisor. And he said no. And then that's when
That's when I called for you on the
and that's when he yanked me out and threw me in handcuffs.
so I'll handle it. It'll be taken care of. I promise you that. I'm not going to let it. It's not going to just go away.
Okay.
It will be handled. I'm sorry. I will apologize for the sheriff's office. I'm sorry it happened. It shouldn't have happened. Like I said, let me go talk to him for a minute, and I'll be back in just a minute. Okay.
Okay.
Well, here's my business card. Didn't mean it to go this route. Unfortunately, it did. So that is my apologies. But so.
That's the weakest, wackest,
That's the most
softed.
reluctant.
Oh my God!
Listen, Pillsbury Doughboy over here needs to apologize properly. Handing me his business card.
Oh my God!
And I know he did that because the guy wanted his information, but it's just like, my bad.
No, not my bad. I didn't want it to go that route, but it did. I'm sorry. Shrug. The fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
I don't know what else to say.
You ought to know better.
So I will bite my tongue on that response, sir.
Yeah.
You were what?
Go ahead. Get in.
What do you mean bite your tongue like you was going to say something in reply? I know you knew. You piece of shit. You fucking knew that you had no justification. You said, I don't care my body cam on. I don't care my body. I don't care who. I just didn't want the laptop. I don't care if the body cam's on. I know it's weak. And now you're going to have the audacity to tell me you should know better? I'll bite my tongue.
Oh my God.
And you can tell zero humility. Aside from the consequences and like the problems in college, he doesn't actually care about the spirit of the law. It's his ego. And a lot of these cops got that. They're given these powers and they don't really care about their oath. That's not all, but that's some. And you're seeing that there. And I hope the guys who manage him, the guys who showed up, the supervisors who are cleaning up, actually reprimand this guy. But I also know a lot of police departments are actually hard to find cops for their, so they tolerate and they rehire the same fuck up from another precinct.
Yep.
It is so disappointing because it's one of those things where I always think back to the idea that you have these powers, they're given to you by the state, and to use it against the people for your own ego, just to see that always, all the time, it definitely erodes your trust.
Am I free to go?
Absolutely, sir.
Well, I'll see you in court.
Yeah, bitch.
Okay, sir. Have a great day.
Yeah. Cause
He said I'm an idiot and to see me in court. And then grabbed his balls and flipped me off.
At the same time as you have on camera.
Yes.
Stay further away, especially if he's an off-duty cop. Really, that's stupid.
He is?
He's a reserve. he comes and does this because he was speeding.
See, that's why that cop is a piece of shit cop, because that dude is a piece of shit cop. He goes, how dare this cop get involved? Why? Because this guy was speeding? So yes, you're breaking the law. The one that you give us tickets for. The one that you feel comfortable when there's no emergency, no reason, you break the law.
And that's the brotherhood I'm talking about.
That shit right there, you would not see that in the Army.
From supervisors? No.
On camera, talking like that, openly, talking about breaking fucking rules?
That I
No.
gotta admit,
No.
Especially from supervisor, from the people on top of you.
I'm
yeah,
gonna tell
no.
you, public relations is probably like one of the most important things. And when you up like that publicly, they're coming down on you so hard because they're gonna hear it from their supervisors. Yeah, and listen, it's a platoon full of 60 guys. Gay. Now, that's just not a standard we have. You would never hear your sergeant talking in front of the public, talking on camera, knowing this shit gonna be recorded, just talking like, yeah, you know, how dare these people? We should just. That's I don't know. The standard I had was so drastically different, and I say this. That's why I feel like it's different. I would get it hammered into my head, that how I acted even when I'm in civilian clothes reflected on the military. That
100%.
they would pull me back in and court-martial me without a doubt. And they would dead-ass do it. So this idea that we was just like, I wasn't even that deep in. This is only a couple of years. So I'm not, to me, when I see that, it looks so far away from what I saw and what I witnessed. Like, my God, the military came down on folks all the time. The way you acted, what you posted on social media, everything. They would fuck you up. And you're not going to get booted out of the military and then go up to another fucking platoon. You're out, you're out.
You're done.
And they keep clean records. They make sure they document everything. They take complaints very seriously. I was always terrified, G. I'm not going to lie to you. When I was out in public, and you knew military guys, when they always had that fucking buzz cut, they would go into town. The amount of people I saw got into trouble, when I say get into trouble, like, I would never want to switch places with them. So that's why I can't identify with that.
Gotcha. I got you.